All right, guys. So, again, thanks for joining the stream today. It's Friday, April 26th. Gonna have a good one. I'm excited. BTC, on the other hand, not looking so hot today. Not gonna lie. Nader says we already hit the top already today. We'll see. Honestly, it's possible. We'll see. BTC is at a decision point, in my opinion, seeing if we're going to make a higher low here or we're going to revisit last Thursday's lows, which, in my opinion, would not be bullish. So, just putting that out there. And yeah, just to start out, guys, I am interested in a bonk short here just to hedge my longs. So, I know I gave you guys that ETH Classic long yesterday, which still looks good. If you look at the ETH Classic BTC pairing, it's having a nice move up today, so it's basically showing strength. Now, when it comes to a coin like Bonk, of course, you have to be really careful in shorting a strong parabolic coin like this. But my thoughts here are, essentially, you took the liquidity at this wick right here. So you took the liquidity there. And so for me, this also is probably like not a golden pocket by any means. However, if BTC really does shit the bed, this is the kind of coin that I would recommend you guys short. The reason being is the ones that were stronger on the way up with BTC, in my opinion, altcoins will probably get hurt pretty hard if BTC pushes under 60K. So if that happens, like meme coins, as you guys know from the last dump, probably not going to hold up as well as a lot of the others. These ones do super well during frothy conditions, and they dump terribly whenever things start going back to the downside. So, in my opinion, if we do have a pullback on BTC, Bonk's going to fall pretty hard. But we haven't had that yet. We still haven't broken yesterday's low on BTC. So, it's a theoretical for now. That's why I'm just giving you the idea. Yeah, what's up, Caleb? How's it going, guys? All right, guys, so that's just my thoughts here on this potential trade on Bonk. Now, let's take a look at Bitcoin here, guys. So yesterday, the BTC long I gave came up. We hit take profit 1 here. Had a good move up. And in my opinion, I know last night, remember, guys, I was telling you I was looking for a higher low situation right on this 63,689 level. I took a long here and I took profit on that quick move up just because I already had my stops around 63,500. So overall, it was a good RR move. But at the same time, what I did not expect is such a harsh rejection here at 64,660. It's basically showing that, bears are still in control on this downtrend by the looks of it, ever since we hit our top the other day on Wednesday. And right now, that strong reaction that we saw there, that's not looking the greatest. So I don't want to see yesterday's low taken out and us to close below it on like a 4-hour candle. I think that would be more bearish than bullish, of course. And then really the only place that I would be looking at for another potential bounce opportunity would be this golden pocket here between 62,175 and 62,500. Took the pull from this low from last Friday to our high on Tuesday. But besides that, guys, this isn't the best looking chart. You still got the possibility for a higher low here, not discounting that, especially as long as you're really above these levels at 63,140. Once you start losing these levels, guys, as you can see, look left. Like once you break below that, you can have a move all the way down to range lows. And this happened, of course, last Thursday within 5 hours. You see how quick that could happen? And again, like if we have another tap of range lows here, guys, there's like no more liquidity to be taken. You took the SFP of this wick here already. And so, overall, you don't really have anything till this wick low here and this wick low here at 58. And even these, to me, I'm not really expecting us to take the, like, I think we could have some small bounces here, especially at this wick. But overall, like, you start closing any meaningful time frames, like the daily, especially under 60K. And I think lower 50s is pretty likely. You guys know me. I've been talking about daily closes above 60K being very important. And this is just highlighting that, essentially. Like, closing the daily under 60K, I think that lower 50s is very likely. It's just basically, if you think about it, guys, like, bulls can't push price up above 60K anymore. This rally that we had, if this is all that bulls have in them, literally a 10-12% rally, which isn't bad, but if you look at it in terms of like previous rallies like this and this that push you all the way up to 69-70K, this is obviously weaker than those, which is not good. So very likely that lower liquidity needs to be taken if we lose 63, especially if we lose 60K on the daily. And as you guys know, like, I'm not bearish until we lose 60K on the daily. However, I would be weary about taking longs at another tap of these same lows. If you want to take a scalp trade at this 59 to 200 level, 208, to me that would be fine. Like, then you could get at least maybe you get a lower high situation here at that point. Of course, it would be downtrending more so, but I don't think that would be a bad play. At least profit off a little bit of a bounce there. But that's kind of all I would be interested in taking. Other than that, I would be patient again until these lower prices if we lose 60K on the daily. What's up, guys? How's everyone doing? Yeah, of course, the market been going sideways for the last couple weeks. It's, of course, not the most fun market. That's, I'm sure everyone knows. Looking at my channel, though, guys, I mean, we've got 16 W's in a row this past week. I feel like that's pretty damn good. And so for this chop, I think we've been doing very well, like extraordinarily well, because this chop has been awful, super boring. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with chop. This is how it goes, guys. Like, you basically have to deal with these boring conditions, these sideways conditions, if you want the nice conditions, Like, that's always how it goes. You can't just have up only all the time. Otherwise, there wouldn't be market cycles. So good days are still ahead, guys. Don't worry. We'll find them again. Just got to be patient. And I see you all posting about your gains and the stuff you bought from them. If you guys, this is how it goes. Like, if you guys are in good profits from, the market thus far, and you've made some good gains, like, make sure to pay yourself too. Like, I think it's very important that, it's easy to keep putting your profits and rolling them in and compounding into, spot and that sort of thing, which totally fine. However, at the same time, you guys got, and you should have real lives too on top of crypto, and you got to be able to enjoy it and paying yourself. If you're not doing that, then what's the point of being in this, you know? I'm not saying you gotta flex all your buys or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying enjoy your life, use your gains, and spend it on family, spend it on yourself. Just do something, you know. All right. So someone asked, just to clarify, we should be wary of the lower highs being made. I mean, that's one way to look at it, like looking at BTC here. If you really do come down to these lows and break them, if you come down to these 60K lows and break them, I mean, then yes, like this would look like a lower high compared to these highs up here, right? Especially if you close the daily or 4 hour under these levels, then this would definitely look like a lower high. Like as you can see, then you'd be starting this downtrend. And then maybe you'd get something like this and continue all the way down to 52. Just a thought. I'm not trying to bear post. I'm just being real. Like you guys know me. I'm bullish whenever conditions tell me to be bullish. But that's not exactly what I'm seeing right now. I mean, we just bearishly engulfed on the 4 hour and closed below. Yep, we closed below 63,689, which it's not the worst thing, but that's a 4 hour close. That's a lower than our lows from yesterday, which is actually not great. So, yep, definitely trying to be careful here. Not trying to overexpose on leverage right now. Saturdays have pumped the last few weeks. Do you think we could again? I mean, it's possible. I wouldn't really bank on that being like a trend. And if you think about it, Saturdays haven't pumped for the last few weeks. Saturday pumped last week, but remember what happened the Saturday the week before? That was when news happened and alts went down like another 30-40%. So I wouldn't really call it a trend. All right, guys. So that is thoughts on BTC. Here on Ethereum, I'm still thinking about whether I want to take a punt on this trade or not. I know that I gave this one on my channel, guys. It's still valid in terms of like this 4 hour order block that I used to place my limits and this golden pocket support. All of that is valid still, but at the same time, you got to really look at Bitcoin whenever you're trading altcoins. And if I don't think Bitcoin is looking the best, then I'm not going to recommend you just take longs on altcoins like this. So I'm going to look into it, see if I'm going to keep this ETH long. If I end up canceling my orders, I'll let you guys know on my channel. For now, we'll see how today's daily closes on BTC, and I'll make some decisions from there. All right, and here on Solana, the only trade that I'm really seeing, guys, because this was another 4 hour order block here, got at least like a little bounce, and not gonna lie, that's about it. Didn't get a whole lot else from it. I'm not looking to take any longs on Sol until, yeah, you could. I mean, this is the area you'd expect to bounce. That's what I like. Just to be honest, like this is support here on Sol. Pulling this left, as you can see, above this 141 level, can move up under 141. That's when you get these lows. So if we lose that level, then I would be waiting for these lower prices. And again, I think you get a bounce at the golden pocket here. What it turns into is another question. So in terms of, is it worth shorting? I wouldn't say so. Like, you could wait for, of course, like a 4-hour close under 141 to give you a potential short opportunity on Sol. But I don't know. I don't think it's even a very clean structure to take a short, not gonna lie. Like one like Bonk that I was showing you that has like a clear high that you can place your stops above and that sort of thing makes more sense. Here on Sol, like I don't even, there's not really a way to strategize it, to be honest. Like for example here, like yes, you could have a potential bounce where you are. Like I said, like this isn't right now. Sol could definitely bounce even all the way up to 147, just like right here. So I would not short it right now. Yeah, it's still in mid-range. All right. So looked at BTC, Sol, Ethereum. Let's take a look at one like AVAX. So AVAX, another one that essentially like, whoa. This is another one that basically like you got rejected at your range highs here. So if I were to be honest, it's not looking great. Like, of course, you're just simply holding these lows right now. Which yes, you could get a bounce from there, but playing mid-range is not something that I like to do very often. And instead, a couple things, I think I would really just wait for a reaction at this lower wick, to be honest. Like yes, you could take a scalp here at 32 bucks where this wick is, but I think the real bounce would come all the way down at that capitulation wick. And then hey, maybe this is the kind of thing you'd want to see on like a larger market flush out, is taking out some of these wicks from that black swan a couple Saturdays ago. Maybe that's all we need to continue to the upside, because right now, as you can see guys, buyers couldn't even push price above these lower time frame range highs. So that's weak. All right. And then yeah, maybe we can look at one like Doge. So Doge here, another just ranging structure. As you can see on the daily. On the daily, it's not looking the best. As you can see, couldn't break back above this 162 level here. And really, like, only thing that I'd be seeing, and I think I've talked about this before on stream, guys, is this daily level here is, I think it's a good potential opportunity here. You know, I'm more comfortable honestly placing bids on a coin like Doge that a lot of time does its own thing in this market compared to other ones that are more closely tied with Bitcoin on their price action. Like, I think you play range lows here on Doge and would not be surprised if this works out pretty well. You didn't even come down to this daily before, which is actually a sign of strength, and it makes me feel like, you know, that means like this wick they like a market maker still left these lows open, so that wouldn't surprise me if we come down to finally take them before the real move up. Someone developed a prototype for me. Interesting. I wonder what that means. Prototype though, that sounds damn. That sounds it's pretty nice of you, man. I wonder what that means. We'll see. ACH Gala. All right. So, of course, lots of altcoin requests. I'm just going to keep looking at these guys, and I'll take a couple at the end. Altcoin Neo. This one has been doing pretty well. And actually, this is one that looks really good because, as you can see, you're still holding these range highs from March. A lot of other coins, they are not doing this. And then overall, like, you are still uptrending here. Like, this is a coin that's basically in its own bull market. You're bouncing off the 50 level on the RSI on the daily. Also looks really good. So, yeah, guys, honestly, like, this is not a bad looking chart right here. Few and far between are ones like this, at least right now. It's just hard to position now, though. I mean, as you can see, like, every single wick that you have here is left because you're uptrending, every single one. And so my thoughts here, all you really have to do is scout for like a potential higher low, and then have your stops below like the last wick. Because if you leave every single wick on this way up, then it would not surprise me if, you know, like, if you just have your stops below one of these wicks, then you just follow the trend, guys. That's simply about it. And I would not be surprised if this works out to a T. Daily RSI looks good as well, so another push up here would not surprise me. Got a little bit more confluence about right here, so I think I would lower it. Something like that. I see a lot of people want Popcat, so I will look at that one. And because this is a very good looking chart. So here on Popcat, as you can see, on the 1 hour especially, maybe it looks better on the 4 actually, you're still above these previous range highs here. And this thing is just uptrending. Looking left, this whole chart. If you guys saw on my Twitter, like, I got in a Popcat long here at 0.12, so I am still in that. And overall, like, until trend is broken on this one, I'm still waiting for a buck. Because, as you can see, it doesn't look like much, but this was a month-long range, and you're finally breaking out of it. And so I would not be surprised if you have another leg up. I mean, you've already pushed up to break these range highs here, so that looks pretty good. Of course, guys, like, do I recommend taking a swing trade right now? No. That would not be wise. I mean, on the 1 hour here, you are bearishly retesting this level for now, these highs. So at the very least, if you're going to scalp this, you want to see that level flipped back into support. So you can set your alerts there. See if you get the flip. If not, then I think, let's see. I'd probably wait for something like this, because you have previous range highs and this 4-hour OB right at this level. So I look for the reaction at these levels for a potential long. Because what you don't want to see is, like, if price action comes down and loses this level, then you're losing range highs again, and this thing, it's going to have a failed breakout. So you don't want to see these hold if it's going to continue higher and actually break out of this range. There was another one that I was requested the other day that I'm also interested in. It's this Altcoin. Let me see if I can get a chart with some more data, though. I think the Binance chart has some more. All right. So this is one that I am interested in. This. You've got a new daily level right here. And then you've got one at range lows here as well. Let's go to the 4-hour. And you've also got a 4-hour OB here as well. So in my opinion, this would actually be, if you guys are looking for scalps, and again guys, that's all I would be telling you guys to be watching for is scalp trades. Something like this where you look for just a couple % move would be good. Other than that, I would be waiting all the way for this daily level down here. And to me, like, this would actually be a nice swing trade opportunity, because not only is it a daily, but it's range lows as well. So these can provide some great RR opportunities if you just wait for reactions at levels with a lot of confluence. And as you guys saw in, like, my tweet today, I talked about, like, taking scalp trades if you're mid-range, or waiting for swings at range lows. Do you see how what I say also translates to what I put in my charts? Is it starting to make sense? Hopefully so. I mean, I still think we're in a bull market on BTC. So Zarkok asked if I think we're going to have another leg up in the next couple months. I still think that, you know, BTC is going to 80 plus K at the moment. However, needing and having a dip to the low 50s would also not surprise me at the moment. Just because, like I said, guys, I still am on higher low watch on BTC, but if we come down to range lows another time, I'm not going to feel like they hold it. I'm not inclined to think they hold this time, is the way I'll put it. All right, guys, so let's look at 2 more coins. This time I will take requests, just because we're getting to the 30-minute mark on the stream, and I know you guys are probably getting tired of hearing my voice. With Vanry. Vanry is one we should look at. It's been doing some good things. Appreciate you focused. Let's take a look at Vanry and Phantom. Let me get a chart that has more data real quick. Okay, That's better. Okay, so Vanry. Let's see. Still uptrending here. Could be like, you know, considered ascending triangle price action. Let's see if you got any other confluences. Pull this from here. So what I would say is you really do want to see these levels hold on Vanry, or you're probably coming down to range lows again. I mean, overall, could be said that trying to break out here, I mean, you have 3 touches on this supply line. And the thing that I do like about Vanry, I mean, you've had a substantial pullback here at this point. I mean, you've already hit the 886, which I do very much like. So here's my thoughts. I think if you get anything like this for a type 2, you buy. And so anywhere around, say, this wick here, you start a position. This is for a swing. The one right here that I gave is just for a scalp. And you look for something like this over time. Pull this a little bit to the side so you can see it. I love a good type 2 return, especially on a bullish bat here. And so if you get another swing, another test of these lows, then I think you have a good move. This is like one of my favorite setups on swing trades for altcoins, is whenever you get a bullish bat or a bullish shark and get a type 2 return. It's super easy to strategize. I bought a pretty good amount of Vanry down here at 139 on that capitulation. This was like the first time I bought spot on this coin. And so I think this one will do well over the cycle, so I like it. I mean, overall, if you do get this move, this is a 200% move essentially. So if I like my spot bag, which I bought around here, I'm looking to probably unload like half of it if we come back to all-time highs, and then I'll let the other half ride. All right, FTM here. Pull this across. Yeah. This is not looking great. I'm not gonna lie. You retested these previous range highs on that dip that we had the other day. And so I'll just make it simple here. Let me see if we have any daily levels. We do not. Weekly, nope. Okay. So this is how I would view FTM. I don't see a whole lot of confluence at current levels. Like, as you can see, the flip of 7376 here, it looked initially pretty good because you flipped it, you retested it, pushed up. BTC probably ruined the party right here, and that's why you're getting this choppy price action. So if you can stay above 7414, then I think you can push back to these rally highs eventually. But overall, I think this is how I'd play it. I think you could take a scalp at mid-range here. You've got a couple of supports, and you've also got the golden pocket fib. But other than that, you wait for another stab at range lows. Because if these lows are lost, guys, that's not good for phantom higher time frames. Reason being, as you can see, these lows here at 5.6, basically if I pull this all the way across, you've got this whole bottom range here, as you can see. And so now that we flipped it once, you don't really want to see us dip back into it. If you do dip back into it, then only thing I can really tell you guys is 331 level. That's where I'd be buying again. Until you get that, I wouldn't really be touching FTM. Okay. I'll go ahead and delete this box, make it a little cleaner. There we go. All right, guys. So that'll probably do for the stream today. I know there's people got a lot of altcoin requests. Unfortunately, you guys know I can't get to all of them, but hopefully the ones we did look at give us some nice opportunities over the next couple weeks. And again, guys, like, I personally really do feel like we are still in a bull market. However, taking profits never hurt anybody. So that's what I'll say. That's what I'll put out there for you guys. Make sure to pay yourself. And overall, let's have a good weekend. It's Friday, guys. All right. Peace, everyone. I will catch you guys next week.